On a day the market took a huge hit, it's time to deep dive a little bit into the Q2 report from Ripple, as well as some big news on the back of it. Are whales buying the dip? And more importantly, is the price slump related directly to Japan? We'll break some of that down in this video. And more importantly, understand exactly what Ripple just released in their Q2 report. All of that in this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and let's get into it. So welcome back everybody. Don't forget to turn your notification bell on so you're updated with our latest XRP video, as well as Casper, Jasmy, and everything else going on in the cryptocurrency space. We're here to make your 2024 bull run the best it is yet. So Ripple. Obviously, we've talked a lot about settlement recently, getting finally over the line, which we still await to see. Now there's a closed meeting being pushed back to the 8th of August. Let's not get our hopes up. We'll see how that plays out. Two have previously been cancelled. But I thought this video was going to be worthwhile taking a look at their Q2 XRP market report. So Ripple released this to give you a sentiment of their view of the market. But more importantly, when you read a little bit of the detail, you can understand what's going on in the background. And more importantly, the information they want to get out to you as an investor. Just for FYI, I will leave a link to this in the description if you want to come over and read it. I'm not going to go through the whole report because it is a fairly substantial report and it gives us a real view of the macro side of things from a Ripple standpoint. Clearly, we all know the price of Bitcoin. We know what's happened and we also know what happened at the conference as well as ETFs. You don't need me to take you through that. But what I think is interesting is we celebrate a year since Judge Annalisa Torres did announce XRP was no longer a security. So I think that is an interesting point. And wouldn't it just be just rewards if within a year it is finally put to bed over the course of the next few weeks? Hopefully that's the case. We'll see what happens. But 2018 was when they were first sued. Absolutely wild to think about how this goes on. So they do talk a little bit just about some action on the price, some volatility, which I thought was worthwhile just touching back on again. Remember, this is all from a Ripple's view, not an investor like you or I, simply what they believe their business right now is doing. So you can see here in the first chart, we saw the XRP price and realized volatility, which was obviously from ranging 43 cents up as high as 62 cents, but their volatility remained over 90%. Now, why is this important? We've seen huge spikes in volume when we got the announcement that there potentially was going to be an XRP ETF, as well as other things. Money is sat on the side awaiting to completely flow into XRP, while at the same time we saw a continuous dump post those sort of news. Interesting to think about, but interesting that 90% volatility is pretty wild. You can see that the USD average price and trading volume, XRP sitting at the third highest based on 365 trading volume, which is again very interesting, showing there is some real ambition both to trade this and hold at the same time. You can see a little bit about spot exchange volumes and equally their exchange volumes that run through the traded volume, fiat pairs versus stable coins, and then we get into a little bit more detail. And I did want to just touch on a couple of key points within this. Obviously, they announced in the last quarter their announcement of the XRP EVM sidechain using Axler as an exclusive bridge to source the native gas token EXRP from their partnering with XRP, leveraging their proven expertise and related sidechain benefits. And we've actually seen that bore out. More recently, we've seen FALDG come out, as well as many more partnerships built on the XRPL. Now, here's where it gets pretty interesting when you look from an XRP sentiment. It says here, Axler can also be used to bridge other fungible tokens to and from XRPL mainnet, as well as from more than 55 blockchains in the Axler network. For those of you that have been around since my Lunar Classic videos, you will absolutely know the IBC link that Axler does provide. Oracles and XRPL will provide institutions with access to reliable and accurate data feeds, enhancing and functionality of smart contracts and DeFi applications. Now, this is something that's not specifically talked about too much, but I do think it is important to understand why. Why all of a sudden would XRPL need institutional access, our accurate data feeds, enhancing functionality, smart contracts? Remember, XRPL allowing the return of certain smart contracts that have been actioned on the XRPL. And again, everything is all around institutions. You can see here, we enable a wide range of use cases from price feeds to event data, making them an essential tool for institutional DeFi, band protocol, and DIA are Oracle providers for both XRP mainnet and the EVM sidechain. So again, absolutely positioning themselves from an institutional standpoint. And again, I think it's important. Remember, this is specifically built by XRP. You can see here, set to release in Q3, the multi-purpose token MPT standard will allow for creation of complex token structures that can represent a variety of assets and rights using metadata, which will be valuable for institutions looking to tokenize and manage diverse asset portfolios. Where have I heard that before? BlackRock, maybe? ETFs? could absolutely be the position they're going for. Ensuring efficient lifecycle management of digital assets, MPT is a token standard that will be natively available on XRPL with several capabilities that developers can directly access simple APIs from XRP libraries. Very, very interesting. And again, this isn't really publicized. It's why it's so important to go through these Q2 reports or subscribe to the channel so we keep you updated with everything that's going on. Now, it talks a little bit about their stablecoin as well, which once again will be important as to how this builds out, and more importantly, how they're going to add additional blockchains and decentralized finance protocols supported by RUSD, which I think once again is very important. These reserve assets will be audited by third-party accounting firm, and Ripple will publish monthly attestations, which again gives you an insight into exactly what's going on. So if you think about all that wrapped up in one nice little bow, it is very interesting, and I still sit very bullish on XRP, and I still think once this final settlement is agreed, you're going to see something wild when it does come to XRP. Now, interestingly, the market pushes down. XRP trading about 6% down with some pretty big candles breaking out of this bull flag pattern that we had. Now, concerns with the Middle East as well as Japan, which we'll break down in just a minute, has shown this significant push down. Interestingly, coming down to retest the 200 exponential moving average, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and actually probably in line with Bitcoin. Now, whenever the market's down, what happens? When people are fearful, what should you do? The answer is buy more cryptocurrency. Not financial advice, but we do know people are stacking their bags. Once again, a significant amount, over 23 million XRP bought from a Binance wallet, and guess what? Shipped off the exchange and stored for later use. So again, we do know this is happening, and it's happening big. We'll keep you posted. Make sure you follow me over on X, because that's where it all gets pushed out. And finally, XRP price slumped linked to Japan's banking crisis. I don't think necessarily that's the case. However, Japan did raise its interest rates while the rest of the world is looking to drop them. Japan did raise them, which I think is interesting, by 15 basis points to a 0.25 in its second hike this year. And guess what? The macro side of things, maybe a little bit. We know that Japan is one of the big main countries' currencies that are tracked as global monetary value. So look, it does have a significant impact. However, coming to XRP, despite the July high note, XRP price remained low over the past few days. So not really too much of a big deal, but it is worthwhile understanding how the banking sector of Japan, given their ambition in crypto and their involvement, can affect globally some of the more riskier assets that we have. And crypto, well, it sits in that. But don't forget, there is still lots of opportunities out there. There is actual partnerships between Ripple Labs and SBI Holdings, Mitsubishi, and many others, which can affect the market. But think about what we talked about. Tokenization, institutional DeFi, and much more can only be a bullish sign for XRP. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of the Q2 report? Again, check it out at your own leisure. And as always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hugely helps out the channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.